From architecture to painting and sculpture, literature to live music and theater. Radio 111 presents Bonnie G and Brian Mendoza with The Desert Scene, your connection to culture and entertainment in the desert cities. Here's Bonnie and Brian.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm Bonnie G here with Brian Mendoza, my producer and jack of all trades that keeps the show running. We're very happy to welcome to the show today Steve Ross, cabaret singer and pianist, who's going to be doing a fabulous show as part of the CV Rep Summer Show series on Thursday, June 16th, 7 p.m. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Very well indeed. How are you doing, Bonnie?
Oh, good. So this is really exciting. First of all, I noticed I'm looking at your bio. I want to jump to something that you were born in New York, but at one point your family relocated to Bethesda, Maryland, and that was my old stomping grounds. I grew up in Maryland.
Really?
Yes, I grew up in Maryland. And then you began playing piano professionally at nightclubs in Washington, D.C. And I grew up there and stayed there till I was about 18, 19, went away and then came back for a while. So tell me some of the places you played in D.C. I'd love to know.
Well, thank you for the. I think they were a generation before you, unless your mother took you in a baby carriage to a ragtime joint on Tenley Circle. I don't think you heard me, frankly. But maybe you did. I don't know. I left there in 1968.
Okay.
So I don't think we overlapped. But anyway, I certainly enjoyed my time when I was there. The first job was a great job. I love ragtime music. Mm-hmm. And there was a little ragtime joint near, you know what Tenley Circle is?
Absolutely.
Avenue in
yes.
Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. It was right there. It's gone, long gone.
Okay.
And I worked when they first redid Southwest, then that was the first video, and then they redid it later for Arena Stage and everything. Mm-hmm. I worked at a place down there called the place where Louis dwells, of all things, and a couple of other little nightclubby places, one on Thomas Circle, and I honed whatever it is my skills by playing in these jobs. And I've done that. I did piano bars, and I did what you do when you're starting out.
Yeah.
And I loved every minute of it. But finally I realized, because I was born in New York and kept going back and forth all those years, that I realized I just had to bite the bullet. It sounds as if I was doing something unpleasant, but I was a little fearful. But I decided, make the move, get up here, and then see what happens. And I never looked back.
Excellent. Now, so did you start very, very, very young as a child doing piano and singing? Did you know right away that this was going to be your life's work?
Well, not really. My mother's a piano player, and I just took to it naturally. I think I played from when I was about 6 or 7, played by ear. Mm-hmm. Then we took all the lessons, and I continued to take lessons at Catholic University, but I knew that the discipline required to be a classical pianist was never going to be my choice, actually. Mm-hmm. I was too in love with the applause.
Yeah.
So, but I played by ear, and that's how I made my way, you know. Mm-hmm. I always thought, in the beginning, I thought, well, this is going to be something as I wait for the next thing. It has been the thing.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that I never sang. And when I came to New York in 1968, I was hanging out at this bar that fed people, and I was interested in that. And one of the pianists was let go or whatever, let himself go. And the guy came up to me, hey, do you want a job? I've seen you sit in. Would you like the job? And I said, yeah, I'd love to. I had just signed a front office job, so I didn't have to go to that. Mm-hmm. And he said, but you have to sing, too. I had sung 2 or 3 times in public. I never thought I had a voice, but I wanted the job. So I said, yeah, of course. So I kind of quickly mustered a few ballads and funny songs, and realized that I can't even imagine now not singing.
Right.
But that was how it all started, economics.
And sometimes that's what happens. So the Great American Songbook, particularly music of George Gershwin, Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, Noah Coward, the best. And I'm looking at this one quote here regarding your interpretations of Cole Porter. Fellow cabaret pianist Michael Feinstein, love him, noted that Ross has an ability to create a reserve or an arch quality that certain of his songs require and that eludes other performers. Now, I'm a singer also. I'm not sure what an arch quality means. What does he mean by that?
Well, it is not the only thing that I create, but they were a little bit specialized. I mean, all of that crowd who wrote those lyrics in the 30s, they used they used a rather advanced vocabulary and presumed an educated or sophisticated audience.
Okay.
I think that's what he's referring to, and I hope that I can do that and not appear to be putting on airs. I think is what he means.
Okay.
Because I just do it because
naturally.
as if words were natural to me, and I do it, and it's a language that I'm very familiar with. So I think that's what he's referring to, actually.
Interesting. So the show that you're going to be doing at CV Rep, let's see, your delicious sense of humor, featuring the music of Cole Porter. So why did you decide to focus on Cole Porter for this particular show?
Well, because I am very lucky to be known for my interpretations of Porter. He's my favorite composer, and this has been going on for many years. And I always have the banner of Cole Porter near me, and then June 9th is his birthday. So I always sing Cole Porter. This won't be all Cole Porter. It will be Cole Porter, as I said, and beyond. There'll be a lot of Irving Berlin and Fred Astaire and some French songs. But mostly, well, I would say at least half will be the Cole Porter songs that I just have so enjoyed singing all of these years. The witty ones, the passionate ones, the ballads, the uptunes. He's just the guy that speaks to me in the most direct way with his music and his words.
And I'm trying to remember when we lost Cole Porter, because I think you might be. I think you're a little too young to have known him. I'm trying to remember the exact years here. But did you ever meet any?
I never met him. Born in 91, I think died in 73.
Okay.
I never met him, sadly. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't one of the. He didn't show up at places the way that some composers do. I mean, I might have met Noel Coward because he went to his own shows, but he was before my time.
Yeah.
But the very first Broadway show I saw, it was either his Silk Stockings in the 50s or Pajama King. I think it was Silk Stockings, and I just was so impressed by the cleverness, even as a young guy, the cleverness of his lyrics. I've always been a great word person, a logophile. Although I don't write music, I love words and I love wordplay. That's why I'm an Anglophile, because their fascination with words and language has always been very striking to me. So I was always drawn to him, but I was also drawn to him by the deep passion in which he sings.
Yes.
In which he writes, rather. So he has such a wide range of songs to do. That's why I thought it might be interesting to do this program there. Yeah.
Now, have you been to Palm Springs before to perform?
I was at Palm Springs, you may remember this, a few years ago for a short-lived club called Blame It on Midnight.
Absolutely, yes. I've been there, yes.
And then before that, I was with my beloved cabaret mother, as it were, Julie Wilson. You may remember her.
Yes.
She and I did a show with a couple of other guests at the Annenberg, actually.
Excellent.
So I've been twice there, and I loved it. I'm looking very much forward to renewing my acquaintances and showing off my new songs.
Excellent. Now, do you write songs? Have you ever tried that? Have you ever wanted to?
Well, good question. I may actually do one of them. I don't. I was friends with Sammy Kahn, who and I played a show with you, and he reminded me that he's a lyricist. He wakes up thinking of lyrics. He walks along the street thinking of lyrics. But I don't wake up thinking of tunes. But every now and then the occasion arises where I compose something. And there's one particular song about Paris, and there'll be a lot of Paris Cole Porter stuff, that I think I will just lay out there because I'm quite proud of it. So I will do one of my tunes there, but I have 4 or 5 that I like. But I really view myself much busier and with much more focus on preserving and performing these great songs, which don't get enough play ever, in my view. So that's why it is. And I've heard good things about this repertory company, and I mean the theater that I'm going to go to.
Beautiful theater. You'll love it. It's a wonderful wonderful
space.
I'm
sure I will. I hope. I hope so. And all I need is a piano and a palm tree and a microphone, and then I'm happy.
One more quick question before we go. When you get a chance to go see other cabaret performers, other singers, other pianists, what do you look for? What are you hoping to see and hear from someone else?
Tears. I'm hoping that I will well up and feel something so deep that brings tears to my eyes. Doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
But that was what I wanted when I first heard Mabel Mercer, the great doyenne of that. I wanted really to be moved and taken out of my ordinary zone, which we go with, and we keep those things quiet. We keep them underneath. We don't respond tearfully. Mm-hmm. But when you go and you're sitting there and the person is singing this beautiful poetic song about love that touches you, I always wait for a little bit of a moment where I can relate to that, and my eyes well up. So I'm not saying that I'm sitting there blubbering, but it's just a deep connection to those songs.
I love it. All right, Steve Ross, the show is on Thursday, June 16th, 7 p.m. CV Rep. You can go to cvrep.org to get tickets. I'm going to be there with my sweetie. We're going to come see you.
I'm sorry going to see you and meet you. Thank you.
Steve Ross, thank you so very much for being here, and we'll talk to you all next time on The Desert Scene.